Today, we are going through IP address management system for Secure 365. So the team consists of one member only, which is me, Tech Sheng. So what are the problems the company might face when managing the IP address? The first one is manual IP tracking using spreadsheet. So the IP address are managed by using spreadsheet, which is prone to typos, outdated entries, and inconsistent formatting. This leads to unreliable documentation. Another thing is IP conflict and human error. Without a reliable document and system, duplicate and incorrect IP assignment can occur. Troubleshooting this thing will take time and impact network availability. Another thing is lack of visibility, because there is no clear view of which IP is in use or available. Some staff cannot quickly assess the subnet utilization. Another thing is no real-time collaboration, since there is no centralized platform for all the team members to view the latest version of IP spreadsheet, and the update is depend on the IP address manager. Another thing is not scalable. As the company grows, the IP manually become inefficient and error prone. The current method cannot support for future network expansion. To address those problems, the solution is to implement the PHP IPM, which is a IP address management system. By adopting the PHP IPM, it will replace the IP tracking by using the spreadsheet, and it supports subnet management, active host scanning, and automate IP request handling. It also provides a clean layout to user, which is user-friendly, and it also provides the email notification, which we will configure by ourselves, so that the admin and user can receive the email when they are processing the IP request process. So this project have bring some impact and contribution. One of it is improve the operational efficiency by replacing the manual spreadsheet, enhance the accuracy and automation because the PHP IPM provide the automate host scanning and IP allocation process, which minimize the mistake and the outdated records. And it also provide real-time updates because it is a centralized platform, so all the team member can access to the website, so the network administrator wouldn't have to update the IP spreadsheet so frequently. And then by using this system, it also scalable for company future growth. And the PHP IPM also provide user-friendly experience, like the intuitive UI, make it easy to monitor IP status, and it also a cost-effective solution since this tool is without the license cost. Okay, so the next part is the demo of the system. So when the staff access to the website, it will show the login page first. So it will tell you to log in, or you can just request the new IP address by clicking this. So it is convenient for staff to directly request it without login. So you can choose the subnet you want to request, the description, let's try testing machine, the MAC address, the host name, the responsible person, and then the requester, which you will need to fill in your email address. An additional comment, so we can submit the request. And you also mentioned that you will need to provide the following details, otherwise incomplete forms may be rejected. So let's go back to login, then go to username, and we log in with the user credential first to see what is going on. So after login, you will see the dashboard. So user dashboard will have statistic, favorite subnet, the host of each subnet, the IP request, and the user instruction. So you can also request the IP request. You can also request the IP in this widget. So you can click on it and it's basically the same. Then you can also navigate to the subnet details by clicking on this, click on the network, and then click on office network, and then go to choose one of the subnet. And you can see the subnet details. You can see like usage graph, 20% is used, and 80% is free, and then the subnet usage in the numbers, and then you can see if you are a user you cannot edit this subnet and those function is unable. Except this, you can add this to your favorite, which it will show on the dashboard, and then you can see the subnet list. Those green line is free IP address, and those who are auto discovered is the IP address that are in use. So you can see the status of it is alive, and then the red is offline, and then this one it is the never discovered. This is for the testing purpose, and then and then you scroll to the bottom, you can also see which IP is alive and which one is offline. So the user can also search some IP or some hostname in here. So let's say we are searching a specific IP, and you will navigate your screen to here, and it will show whether the IP is using on this, and where is the IP located in which subnet. So you can press this and it will navigate to the subnet details, but if you press this it will navigate you to the IP address details. So back to the subnet, we can also check the IP address detail like this. You can just press it directly and see the information of the IP address. Okay, so that's all about the user UI UX in this system. So the next part is we are going to see the admin UI UX, which is same, actually basically same with the user, but the showing information is quite different. So the changelog is, you can see which IP is which IP is deleted, which subnet is added or deleted, reason logins, the IP request list, the reason warning and error logs, and then the host of each subnet, which user also have this dashboard. And then just now we got request and IP address, so you can see there is a request on it, and you can directly respond by clicking this pencil icon, and you can also see there is a email icon which also showing there is an IP request. So we're gonna click on it, and this will show much more details when compared to the widget one. So you can open this by clicking the pencil icon, and then you can see which IP you want to assign, the things that the user provide, like MAC address, hostname, and then the requested email. So the admin can choose to accept it or reject it. So if you want to reject it, you can leaving a comment approval also. So let's say okay, and then I accept it, and we assign a valid IP address for it. So loading, and then it is accepted, and then you can see we have response to the IP address, and just now we have typed 104, so let us search for 104 to make sure it is assigned. So yeah, we can see there is a result, and we can see after we assign there's an information, the description, and then we back to the subnet, and we can see it is currently in use, but of course this is for testing purpose, so the status is offline. Okay, so administrator also have this setting panels unlike user. So you can see after you click in, it will expand and showing you all the setting, and then you can also click on this and the page will list out all the settings features for you. If you think it is very messy, you can also use the search function in here, so you can search such as subnet, and it will show the subnet setting. You will go to here, here's the subnet list, and you can add the subnet by clicking on this, and then you just fill in all of your information to create the subnet. Another thing is on the subnet details, which unlike the user, the admin can perform this action like edit the subnet properties. Let's say you want to change the description or something, anything else. Then if you want to add it to favorite, also can. And then for admin, you can also scan for the subnet manually So by default, the user can only see the status, and the system will automatically scan it per hour. So if you are an admin, you can manually scan to get the most new the status So you can scan it, and then it will loading. After it's scanning, it will show the result like this. Then you can just press cancel, and those status will be updated soon. And then another thing is the email notification. So after the user sending the email request, we can see the system also automatically send those emails. Like it will send to both user and admin. So both user and admin will receive this request email, the accept email, and then admin will also receive a address create notification, so it can see what IP is created for what purpose, the host name, the MAC address, and so on. So basically, it's all of the useful UI UX for admin and user.